Hey, yo, what it is, what it do? Big Boss coming through, switch your lane out of the front. Big Boss, how a boss dog can't pop through the door, hit the top this box and fucking my soliloquy. When tough times don't last, cause people do the not shit. Carnival, the fella, man, you matter. Peak game, made the foes on what's around. Happy 713 days. You know what I mean? That's another Houston holiday. Houston got so many holidays, it's crazy. Uh, we clutched that, you know what we're talking about. Before I get into the main entree, the main dish, introduce our second host, Future Hall of Famer. Brother in the hustle. Salute to all our soldiers, aka Coach B. I don't know how you feeling, man.
Hey, what it is, folks, like Capo said, we clutched up. We clutched out, we're here to talk about it. Also, like you said as well, happy 713 day. Those that don't know about 713, go ahead and look that up. That's a long time, long standing, real deal area code out here in Houston, Texas. But it is what it is. Y'all know what I'm finna hit y'all over the head with next. Hey, God woke you up. He put breath in your body. Everything else is extra. Get up, take care of you, do you, take care of the family. With all that being said, I'm gonna pass it back to Capo.
All right, we're gonna shut on to the next one. Shakur Stevenson takes care of business, dominates, wins a Zepeda, like I told y'all. Um, a lot of people was trying to hype up this fight. They were trying to sit there and say, "Oh, these are two best lightweights," and blah blah blah. Man, I wasn't sipping that Kool-Aid. I knew Shakur was gonna do this, right? So, Coach, what did you see from Shakur Stevenson? You know, was he a runner or a track star? He gonna get away when they get far. Like, was he a track star, or did he show something, or did he do what you expected him to do? Let me know something.
Uh, right here with this fight, all he needed to see one thing take place. Everything else was already set in stone for me. I knew Shakur was gonna wash him. I just didn't know how he was gonna wash him. Now let me put this into perspective for y'all right here. I'm a very critical dude when it comes to Shakur Stevenson. Very critical because I know he has the skill, he has the talent, he has the IQ, he has everything you need to be the best in the sport. I just needed to see him put it together against somebody that made sense. Now, Zepeda is not the guy. I think that's going to make sense, but this is where he started making sense, in my opinion. If you go back through the history about podcasts and videos here on Clutch Factory, like I said before, I'm very critical and I'm hard on Shakur because I know he can be an excellent elite, no questions asked Hall of Famer. But like I said, I just needed him to put it together. And in this fight right here, he answered a few questions. Now I'm gonna say this first: Zepeda is not the power puncher people keep making him out to be, and I'm gonna tell you why. Shakur proved that in this fight simply because he sat in the corner on the ropes in a Philly shell or a half Philly shell. Let me say a half Philly shell. He really didn't even go into the full extent of the Philly shell. Shakur sat in the corner for multiple rounds in a half Philly shell, and he was taking the best that Zepeda could offer. Zepeda is not a power puncher, so let's nip that in the bud right here. Either he's not a power puncher or Shakur Chin set up like that. And in my opinion, I'm gonna say this here, right now. To take those punches the way Shakur was, like I say, I don't think Zepeda is the most powerful power puncher you can go against. But at the same time, he was taking some clean shots to the chops, and he was kind of shaking them off. He was showing some emotion. When they get to showing a little bit of emotion, that's letting the other fighter know or letting the world know. That one kind of, yeah, that one had a little pop behind it, but it wasn't enough to, make Shakur stay off the ropes. So at the same time, I'm gonna say that about Zepeda. Now let's go into Shakur. He showed me that he got a little chin strap. He showed me he can and he will sit there and he'll go toe to toe, blow for blow with you. He was delivering in the pocket. He was making Zepeda miss in the pocket, and he was making Zepeda pay in the pocket. He was doing a little rope a dope, trying to do his best impression of Ali with the rope a dope, and it was working. He was coming off the ropes and countering Zepeda as well. So we seen a lot from Shakur. And as the fight went on, Shakur knew he went up, so he got back to him old self. He started sticking and moving a little bit, and it was a masterclass performance in my opinion. He showed me a lot. Now, am I 100% rooting for him? Not yet. I gotta see this one. I gotta see it a few more times. I'm not saying sit there and take a beating on the ropes every fight just to prove me wrong. No, I'm not. But at the same time, since you demonstrated and showed the world that you can fight in the pocket, let's keep that going. While moving forward in your future fights, let's keep that going. Stay in the pocket a little bit longer. We see you got it. The only negative I have about Shakur and fighting in the pocket and you know, kind of his counter punching skills is he has to up his repertoire with the punches because he kind of just throws that 1-2 1-2, and he might throw a hook or overhand in there. We need to mix that up. We need to add a little bit more to that. I know he got it in him, but I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see you put together them crazy combinations that most people think you can and most people know you can. But at the same time, that 1-2 1-2 and finish with a hook or overhand, that's not going to work on your future opponents. But at the same time, shout out to Shakur. He showed me something. I have nothing negative to say other than I don't even know if it's a negative. But outside of the fact is I like to see different. I would like to see more combinations coming from Shakur, even though that was working, so there was no reason to change it. But in the future, against your future opponents, you're gonna need more than that 1-2 1-2 hook or overhand or uppercut. You're gonna need more than that. But again, masterclass performance. I seen him over there making Turkey mad because he started moving around a little bit. I seen Turkey get a little frustrated in the background now, but I know that's just because Turkey fighter wasn't winning. But again, way to go prove your point, Shakur. You got some more respect for me, and I'll put some respect on your name next time I talk about you. But don't steer me wrong now. Good job, Shakur.
Yeah, it's a masterclass performance, but I want to say this here. Um, a lot of people are trying to say Shakur Stevenson had a Floyd Mayweather performance, and I just want to sit here and say, stop comparing these fighters of today to the fighters of yesteryear because they not built the same. Shakur Stevenson is not built like Floyd. Shakur Stevenson is a good fighter. Shakur Stevenson is Shakur Stevenson. He's not Floyd. All these videos y'all trying to crop of him doing certain defensive movements and putting Floyd's, I'm no. Because Floyd wouldn't have got caught with a jab in the third round that almost knocked him down. By a jab. By a fighter that don't got power like that. I've been telling y'all, where's Zepeda? And look, he's a good pressure fighter. But he had Tevin Farmer stand in front of him, right? Tevin Farmer knocked him down in the first fight. So where's this so-called power coming from, right? So I just want, like Coach say, later to bed when it comes to play. He's a good pressure fighter. He's gonna throw 1,000 punches, right? And which in this fight he did throw 979 punches, but he only landed 272, which is 27.8%. So a lot of time he just throwing just to be throwing. He ain't throwing with no game plan. He just coming forward and he throwing. That's not gonna get the job done against a guy that got hot boxing IQ, and that's Shakur Stevenson. I do agree with you, Coach, that Shakur Stevenson in this matchup was throwing a lot of singles. He was countering a lot of singles. He has to put combination punches together. When you in there with guys like Javante Tank Davis, Abdullah Mason, Raymond Montala, these are the other champions that are, Abdullah Mason soon to be champion. Y'all see that? Uh, Soon to be champion at 135 pounds. You have to put these punches together. You cannot throw singles, counter with a single, and then look at the crowd. Because by the time you look at the crowd, when you look back and you know what tank, you're gonna be looking at the ceiling. That's how quick he touch your lights off. That's why we call
Mhm.
him the electric man over here. You gonna look at the crowd, do a face, and then you gonna look back and be on your back. That's just what's gonna happen. All right. With Abdullah Mason, same thing. You gonna look at the crowd, look back, now you're on the ground, holding your side. Because he didn't hit you in your ribs and hit that liver shot.
Mhm.
You gotta put punches together, Shakur. Regardless of who you in the ring with, you gotta put those punches together. But overall, I gave him an A plus, him an A minus. You know, he uh he landed 52.5% of his punches, which is very high for him in his career. You know, he threw 565 punches, landed 295. So he was very accurate for but at the same time, to be critical of him, I think like you said, Coach, combination punches. He could probably, if he would have put combination punches on Zepeda, he could have stopped him. Not gonna lie to you. If he would have put some combination punches on Zepeda, Zepeda was just throwing punches coming forward. All he has to do is run him into something. You don't have to have power to, hurt somebody. You just gotta get him to run into a shot. That's it. All you gotta do is put it out there. Dude run into it, boom. Now he hurt. You finish him off, TKO. You go to the crib. You back in Houston and Fifth Ward on the trail ride. So overall, great performance by Shakur Stevenson. I want to see him in there next against, the Abdullah Masons. If he can't get Tank, because, Tank is a big question mark right now due to the fact he got a situation going on. Um, Keyshawn Davis. Yeah, I said Keyshawn Davis. Um, and the list goes on, but that's a whole other video.
Hey, y'all. We reached the end of the podcast. Y'all continue to support us, man. Continue to support us on this journey. I told y'all this is the genesis, this is the beginning. Continue to like, subscribe, hate. It don't matter. But remember, man, we clutched up. We clutched out. You know what we're talking about. That boxing, baby. Stay tuned for the next one.